Acolytes, welcome. Woke voice actors effed around and finally found out. Ref, the legend himself, actually already, well, in his vendetta against voice actors, or specifically those effed up voice actors that, if they actually got their way, they would destroy the entire industry just because of their behavior. And SAG, from what I heard, very toxic. So, let's see what this is about, won't we?
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So today we're going to be talking about the fallout from the SAG-AFTRA voice actor strike, where, of course, this official strike on the voice acting industry has ended as of a few days ago. But, of course, mixed in all of this was a collective work refusal by some voice actors who were trying to lump in their actions to the official strike, where they were protesting games like Genshin Impact, and one of the biggest people involved with this is, of course, Kaylee Mills, who now is finding out because she has been let go by Hoyoverse, and that is not surprising if you know the context behind what's going on. So, who is Kaylee Mills? Well, let's go back to this announcement from Jacob Takanashi, a voice actor from Japan who took over the role of Kanish, because the voice actor behind that role was doing a service to the collective boycott and didn't work for 6 months straight. And of course, they were replaced. And Jacob Takanashi took over the role, and he was absolutely hammered by some of his peers on this situation, including individuals like Kaylee Mills, a fellow Genshin Impact voice actor for the English scene, where she said, this is actually kind of diabolical. If you need money, at least take the role uncredited. This just comes off as an easy grab for clout. It's not a good look. And of course, you see the community note.
By the way, just behave like normal human beings. Why is this so freaking hard? I just literally, for the next 5 years at a bare minimum, voice actors will be seen as something negative. Nobody would want to work. And I mean, at the end of the day, you just have to realize that AI just comes in and will basically just get a lot of voice actors' jobs because, well, it's AI. But at the end of the day, right now, it will actually excel the entire thing. Just because nobody wants to deal with those fuckers. And I mean, I wouldn't want to deal with them anyway. Like, if they behave like this, nah. But to be honest, Acolytes, most of them are just normal human beings, so you know. But still, they didn't do any favors to the community.
Right here, saying that Jacob Takanashi is based in Japan. He had no idea about the strike or the circumstance of which the role was being recasted. Now, going further, we see people like Karina, the now former voice actress for Paimon for Genshin Impact, saying, no, you're right. I'm technically scabbing. I originally have the role and technically can still work on this role. I am disabled. And this is the job that puts food on my table. Now, she says this, right? As someone who's engaging in these protests, these collective work refusals, while saying that Jacob Takanashi is wrong for taking this role. Who would defend this woman?
And by the way, he forgot, maybe it's not that important, but one of the loudest voices in this entire thing. And she does exactly the thing that she is crying about. This hypocriticism, this just being so morally superior that you think that you're an exception to the rule that you set up is just disgusting. It's honestly disgusting behavior.
Well, Kaylee Mills, of course, where she says that this is a small job for Jacob and it's not his full-time work. And Karina needs this because, well, she deserves the money better.
No.
And also, she adds on, he's done very little voiceover work, so it isn't what he's relying on to pay the bills. For all we know, his wife is the bread winner.
Even if this is the... How do you know that they didn't have an emergency in the family that costs way more than they can afford? Yeah, those situations exist. And if you freaks, or the freaks would be actually like for 1 week, if they would live for 1 fucking week in the real world, they would recognize that stuff like this, or why they are so fucking unliked. Sorry, Acolytes, low energy today. Has its reasons.
Yeah, she made a disgusting and presumptuous claim about Jacob Takanashi, assuming that because of this role he took, that he had every right to take, that, well, his wife is the breadwinner, so he doesn't deserve this role, and that Karina, because she needs money more, apparently, is fine taking roles for a company they're trying to boycott. Yeah, embarrassing. But anyways, as you can see, people have pointed out what this whole thing does to you. Like, I don't use this term very lightly. The woke mind virus does this to you. Look at this. What happened? SAG-AFTRA is a scam and a very, very toxic organization. But, continuing on. Muujin would make a video talking...
The thing is, yes, you know what? I am happy that she got freaking uglified by herself. I don't care. If you want to be this toxic and then just throw everything away, good. What I am worried about that she did the exact same to other people that actually didn't deserve it. That's the freaking hardest point in my opinion. Because she can get shafted. She can look like Gollum for what I care afterwards. But the people that did deserve it, those are those that I actually, am a bit of sad for. Let's just say.
About various things about the strike, the supposed strike from these voice actors, and the fact that, his coverage was shared in a Discord server talking about this, where they were trying to report his video for privacy violations. Well, another voice actor by the name of Jennifer Hale would say transparency is good, that healing is important, and yada yada yada. And Kaylee Mills, of all people, Kaylee Mills would say, you are enabling drama tubers and making people in your community feel unsafe, airing their frustrations while trying to navigate a really tough situation in a private space. I really hope you simply didn't understand how harmful this could be. You're hurting your community. Amazing. Stunning and brave statement from Kaylee Mills, who got, once again, noted, where it says Kaylee Mills talks about making the community a safe space, but yet harassed Kanish, new voice actor Jacob Takanashi, and supported an abuser Chris Naosi. These are not actions that someone would take if they were trying to make the community a safe space for everyone.
Acolytes, I love those effing community notes. I love them. The best thing Twitter or X made. It's just so effing on point. Most of the time. There are some times where it gets abused. But most of the times, no, perfect. Perfection.
And she goes on. Right now, as of yesterday, she reported this. She's done. She's out. In quotes here. Last week, I was informed that I would be recast as Catching due to the production schedule. I know people will speculate, but this is the official sole reason I was given. I made it very clear that I was absolutely willing and enthusiastic to return at any point if AI protections could be provided, regardless of union status. That is all I asked for. It is unfortunate that such protections could not be secured for me and my castmates. I sincerely hope that changes in the future. Voicing Catching has been one of the greatest journeys of my life. I will always treasure it. From bonding with castmates over our love of working on the story to the hardworking team behind it, getting to meet passionate fans and see the creativity.
You know what, Acolytes? I think McDonald's awaits. McDonald's awaits, and well, after what those fuckers did, most of them won't find food in any normal kind of company or something like that. Or at least I hope so. And they shouldn't.
The story has inspired. Getting to work on an official fan song and sing as Catching, getting to explore more of her character in Moonchase Festival, getting to return in Lantern Rite each year, even the sessions where I had to redo a line 20 times to get the pronunciation of Liu right. I probably messed it up too. Don't worry.
Irrelevant.
I cherish every memory, and I will carry each one with me for the rest of my life. I am deeply sorry we could not complete that.
By the way, just saying the difference between freaking Rev messing it up and her messing it up. He's not a professional voice actor that does this every day. She is.
Journey
but
together.
It's irrelevant. Anyway.
Yesterday's experiences made me stronger today, and most of those experiences are ones that I shared with you. Thank you for everything, Catching. Stunning and brave. Until you see the people responding to this saying, ha 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 ha, with nearly 1,000 likes. This person saying this isn't about providing AI protections. It's about the fact that SAG-AFTRA is a sham of a union that you backed. F around and find out. You reap what you sow. Good riddance. And before anyone says anything, yes, I love those phrases. I love F around and find out. And reap what you sow. Because it happens so many times to these virtue signalers on Twitter, in the voice acting scene, and in many other aspects as well. And you see this person saying,
fair enough.
Ding dong, the bee is gone. And then, of course, the only person in support is a voice actor saying, that's pretty messed up. Thanks, Andy. We really appreciate it.
Blacklisted. Acolytes, if I will ever search for a voice actor and it turns out that they had any kind of positive conduations to SAG, they are getting instantly kicked out, and I'm gonna let them know why.
Hey, dude, here's no one saying, time to pick up your mantle with a McDonald's promo right here. But anyways, Hirohei, who's been very hard on the coverage of this related incident involving these voice actors, shared this post, a screenshot from Blue Sky, where Karina, again, the voice of Paimon,
of course,
the former voice, shared this post saying, that's actually the purpose of far-right YouTube grifters getting involved in this drama. It starts with concerns over quote-unquote mean voice actors. It turns...
What do you fucking mean getting involved in this? You involved every single one of us in this. Yes, me, you, everyone who actually enjoys those voice actors. And if you just call out in the void that you want to do something, and then it's freaking It's exposed to be a freaking scam, a toxic waste of freaking time and effort and money, and you demanding that people actually pay you, yes, I am involved in this because this could hit somebody that I know. I don't give a fuck if you actually think that it's good or that I'm a right-wing grifter because of it. Fuck you for that. If you wanna scam people, everybody is involved in this because people like you should be eradicated. Not eradicated, that's the wrong word. Punished for their behavior heavily. Not this pussy walking of, oh yeah, you pay €100 for such a thing. No. 3 years jail directly. Fuck you. Minimum.
Into gullible fans tuning into these content creators broadly, and their broader goal is just fascism or whatever stupid bigotry gets them more clicks. This person, I will tell you, is terminally online.
Yes.
Yes. It's very clear.
Yes.
But looking at Karina's Blue Sky account, which is the greatest echo chamber on the internet, she's had a lot to say, including reposts like this from Sean Laraway, who said, I would strongly avoid taking the word of that YouTuber in particular because of him specifically referring to any and all striking actors as entitled. Sean, you are entitled. I know you're talking about Hirohei. Hirohei, by the way, is someone who I think is one of the most objectively neutral people in the relative space, right?
Yep.
He typically just shows what people say and adds a very neutral voice to it. He is not super opinionated. He's not like me, who's saying controversial stuff all the time and making their opinion known. But this upsets people like Sean Larway. It's embarrassing. What are you doing? You're mad about Hirohei just basically...
Yeah, and by the way, we need people in the middle. Simple as that. Because people in the middle are actually the exact place where most people should be, in my opinion. Yeah, you can go a bit on one side or on the other, but don't go into an extreme. That's always the thing. I respect people that can be neutral to 100%. Even though acolytes, I give my best, but I also fail sometimes, and after realizing this, I actually calm down and then just think about what I said again, especially in my reaction channels, because I don't pre-watch their stuff, acolytes. This is just, I don't even know. I actually got somebody that said, hey, you're fumbling sometimes from time to time, just pre-watch it and pretend that you're actually reacting to it, and I am disgusted. It wasn't a YouTuber, but somebody else. I explained to them that they can fuck off.
Sharing what you and your colleagues are saying on a daily basis. It's really bad. It really is. It's that bad. And also talking about Blue Sky, Hirohei recently made a video talking about Blue Sky and how basically the platform is failing. And that's not shocking whatsoever. It's been reported by many different sources, including people who support Blue Sky. The engagement on this website is going down because it's an echo chamber. People cannot have a debate on this platform. And I think about Twitter, for example, right? As bad as you might think Twitter is, according to many different research efforts on
Twitter is the best that we have right now. Simple as that. It's not perfect, but it's the best thing we have right now.
On this platform, politically speaking, it's pretty much 50-50, right?
Yep.
For every viral tweet you see about something that is on the left, there is an equivalent on the right. And that's the truth. But Blue Sky is an echo chamber through and through. It is a very bad echo chamber, and that's the reason it's failing. Because it only appeals to one side.
Yes.
And people on Reddit for the Blue Sky Social subreddit are so mad that Asmongold would dare to react to Hirohei's video talking about this very objective reality that Blue Sky is failing. They want to ban anyone talking about this.
Yep.
It's so pathetic.
Yeah.
And
I mean, pathetic. It's just stupid. Imagine, your site is struggling. You're going and the last breather you are barely holding up, and then you still continue banning people just because somebody else did something that you might say is okay. You might not. You don't have to agree with it, what was said, but you just say, okay, just because they did it, I don't care, and you get banned. Yeah. Honestly, how is that a surprise? It's of course that happens. Of course it's dying. Of course it's going under. And I'm gonna be honest, I enjoy it. It's funny to me. Let it be the plane crash that it is. I hope it doesn't regenerate and just starts crushing and crushing and crushing until somebody that's of a different thinking that's actually the exact opposite of Blue Sky overtakes it and then does it again. So we can see how both extremes just die out. This would be so perfect.
I got a bit of a headache talking about all this stuff. It's been a time, ladies and gentlemen. But that's gonna do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, Rev,
Statement from
as always. Very good commentary, but I feel that he was a bit low energy in this video, as I am today. But it is what it is. Days like this will just come, and I still hope that you enjoyed it, acolytes. And by the way, Discord link down below. Join. I'm getting more and more active. I'm also streaming, so there's that. Normally from Dienstag bis Sonntag 12:30. If you don't know what that means, well, tough shit, Buttercup. It is what it is, acolytes. It is, acolytes. Good night.